What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm making another video, and I'm going to be talking about which 5 teams will have the biggest jump from the 2020 season to the 2021 season, and which 5 teams will have the biggest fall. And this is based on how the team performed last year, how I think they'll perform this year. So, if a team did really good, and now it looks like they're going to be like an 8 seed, they're going to have one of the biggest falls. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it, comment below any new video ideas you think I should do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel at 70 right now. It goes 100 by the end of the year. It definitely looks realistic now. But now let's get started. So first, let's do my 5 fallers. Number 1, this is not in any order, by the way. I'm just saying 5 teams who I think will take a downgrade. That's going to be the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers last year went 45-28, had a really good year being the 4th seed in the East. And I do not expect them to be that 4th seed anymore. With all these teams improving so much, getting so much better, the Pacers, they really don't look like they're getting better. The only move they made was getting Jalen LeCue. So I think they'll take a downgrade to be in that 7 to 8 seed range. Will be like a mediocre 40 to 42 win team. I do not expect them to be super good anymore. They may fall to be like the Magic, being stuck in mediocrity for a couple years, not knowing which way to go. And it's just going to be a really tough road for the Pacers, in my opinion. With all these teams getting even better, and with Oladipo, the Turner fit's still looking weird. I don't know what they should be doing, but I do not expect them to take any more improvement and to have a downfall this year. My next faller is the Utah Jazz, and this may surprise you, but last year they ended 44-28. And I'm just not a huge Utah Jazz fan. I feel like they'll fall out of the playoffs, in my opinion. The only move they made was replacing their backup center, trading all their backup centers, and getting Tony Bradley out, getting Ed Davis out, and adding in Derek Favors. With Derek Favors is an okay acquisition. But they're really just re-signing their guys to big deals. But they don't have much youth that's going to get better. Of course, Mitchell's going to get better. I don't know who else though. Jordan Clarkson is like a really good scoring guard they should have kept, but I just don't know. If he's going to get better, he's not going to get better. Rudy Gobert doesn't have much improvement, and all he does is being inside presence on defense. He's not even that great on offense, which doesn't help Mitchell. Mike Conley, he's done. Bojan Bogdanovic had a really great year, but he's going to get worse. Joe Ingles is going to get worse. They don't really have much scoring help. So I'm just not sure what's next for the Jazz, and I do not see them being a playoff team. It's kind of a bold take because the Jazz, some teams project them to be like a 4 or 5 seed, but I just don't see them making the playoffs. Number 3, no ranking by the way, it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs, who went 32-39 last year and almost made the playoffs. Yeah, next year I do not see them fighting for a playoff spot. They'll be one of the worst teams in the league, as they are not getting much better either. Even though they got a lot of youth, they didn't make any significant improvements. It looks like they're going to trade DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, or let them expire to go to a rebuild mode. I think this is the time when the Spurs finally rebuild. Pop may call it quits, but I think this is actually the time they have to go rebuild and tank for top picks, get good draft assets that you could build around for the future. And this may be the year that they don't look like a playoff team. Next up, I'm going to be doing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who had an amazing year, going 44-28. They'll also be one of the worst teams in the league. If this is a surprise to you, you have not been keeping up with the offseason. Chris Paul's gone, Steven Adams gone, Danilo Gallinari is gone, Dennis Schroeder is gone. They got Al Horford and a bunch of picks now. But hey, at least you got the rebuild now. Chris Paul's being a contender, and you can finally use those picks for something. And finally, the last team I'll be mentioning is the Orlando Magic, who went 33-40. I see them falling off 2 to 3 seeds, in my opinion, being in the 10 to 11 seed. You see all these East teams getting better. Like the Wizards are finally going to get John Wall back. You know what moves the Hawks and Bulls did to get better. It's just going to be a tough road for the Magic, who is always mediocre, but isn't going to get much better to get better. So I see them falling out of the playoff race, and they'll be in the middle of the pack of the lottery East teams. But now let's talk about the jumpers, and the first one's kind of a clear-cut one, and that's the Brooklyn Nets, who went 35-37 last year. They got KD back, they got Kyrie back. I'm not going to explain this for very long. Of course they're going to be better. They're going to be around the 2 to 4 seed range, and it's just going to be a jump for the Nets. Next up, we're gonna have the Atlanta Hawks, and they're gonna jump from a 20-47 record to possibly a playoff spot, possibly like a 6 seed, maybe 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. And with that big jump, it's thanks to, the office powerness of Trae Young and John Collins. Now we're going to get a full season of healthy Clint Capella. You're actually going to have John Collins for the whole season. And all the added up, like Rajon Rondo, Chris Dunn, Janelle Gallinari, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Onyeka Okongwu, maybe even Skylar Mays gets minutes. I'm not even sure. Well, he can't get minutes with all the depth the Hawks have. Some guys who could be a good 8-man, good teams, may not even get to play because of how deep the Hawks are. And that may bite the Hawks in the butt or make them really scary. The next jumper is going to be the Phoenix Suns, who went 34-39 last year. I definitely see him possibly taking like a 10-game jump, hopefully being a playoff team if the West is not as stacked as it's supposed to be. And with the addition of Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, who's really going to help bring the best out of DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, and you still have all the young role players, and Jalen Smith gets to be added to those young role players. Just going to be a really good season for Phoenix Suns fans. Hopefully it doesn't fall though. But having Chris Paul, it likely won't. Next one may be a little bit surprising to you, but it's not surprising to me, and that's the Minnesota Timberwolves. You may be like, oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be close to a playoff spot next year. They went 19-45 last year. Of course they're going to take a jump. They're going to take like at minimum a 15-game jump, right? They're going to have a great year, in my opinion. I think they could be the 8th seed. With D'Angelo Russell finally healthy, you got Anthony Edwards added. Hopefully his motor is really high. That would be a really bright spot for Minnesota. But then you also got all your young depth still. The team's going to look really scary. You got Ricky Rubio now to be a backup point guard and facilitator behind D'Angelo Russell, which will be really nice. Sometimes you can have D'Lo out there too, because he's really good at catching and shooting threes. My boy D'Lo's scary, bro. This T-Wolves team, you cannot sleep on them, because they could be a playoffs team and you won't even expect it. And finally, the last jump still could be the Golden State Warriors. They were the worst team in the league last year, which is why I think they'll still make the jump. They could still be a playoff team. Maybe like a 9-10 seed thanks to the Klay Thompson injury. Maybe the Kelly Wiggins thing won't work out. But they're still going to take the jump no matter what. You still have Steph Curry fully healthy. Of course, you're going to be better than the worst team in the league. Like, way better. What do you guys think about this short little video, which did not expect it out to be this long? But if you enjoyed, drop a like on the video. Comment on any new video that you have. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.